Right, so this is part 2 of the George Michael death saga. Now, the thing with George Michaels is that, first of all, I remember George Michaels when I was young. I didn't know this guy was gay. I assumed that because, see, the thing is, this guy used to be, girls used to love this guy. And when you watch his videos or listen to his songs, he was talking about women. He had all these girls in his videos. So I thought George Michaels was getting all the girls and getting laid. I thought he was one of those rock stars who was sleeping with a lot of women. But apparently, this guy was a homosexual, or he had a preference for men, because and that's what became clear when he got arrested in 1998, and he got caught with that whole homosexual thing. That is what really got him. That's what exposed his homosexuality. Before that, nobody really knew, and I think most people like me assume that he was a guy he was just one of those rock stars getting all the girls and all that stuff. But then when the thing came out that he got caught in the bathroom by the undercover, trying to solicitate sex, then what happened was, at that point in time, then he came out and admitted it. He said, then that's when he came out publicly and said he was gay. At that point when he got caught. And like I said in the other video, I said, if somebody gets caught doing something once, the chances are they've been doing, it isn't the first time they did it. Most people do not get caught the first time they do something. Usually they do something for a long time over and over again. Then maybe they get caught sometime, at some point. So like, it's unlikely that George Michael, I don't know how old he was when he got caught, maybe in his 30s, 40s, I don't know. But I guess he was in his 30s at least. So, and then he did an interview. I actually just recently saw an interview of him after he got caught in the bathroom by the undercover. And he said in the interview, he's been doing that since he was a teenager. So he's been going to these, he said that he said he's been going to meeting strangers, having sex with strangers in washrooms and stuff, which is something that, this is what I understand. I understand that, from what I understand, this is something that gay, or at least some, MSM, men who have sex with men, at least some of them do that stuff. And apparently George Michael was one of them. And so of course, like I said, that puts him at risk of diseases, right? So this is one of the reasons why gay men tend to have more diseases than or tend to catch diseases more than heterosexual men. See, if I wanted to go to a park, if I wanted to get laid, okay, there's no way for me. I can't. I want to have sex with women. I don't want to have sex with men. I'm not into that. So I can't go walk into a woman's washroom and get laid like that and say, hey baby, just walk up to some woman I don't know. They'll call the police on me. I will be arrested. I will be in prison if I did that. I can't go to the park, to some public park, and just meet random women and start having sex with them. It doesn't work like that. Now, if it did, if I could go to a public washroom and have sex with attractive women, or if I could go to a public park and have sex with attractive women, I would be there right now. I guarantee I would be out in the park. I'd be in the public washroom right now, getting laid with some hot woman that I don't know. But heterosexual men can't really do that, but gay men can do that. So, and this is one of the reasons why this is one of the reasons why gay males are so much more promiscuous on average than heterosexual males, and that's also one of the reasons why they catch diseases. And then there are also structural issues, like, just the way men and women's bodies are. Two men, the mechanics, men don't have a hole to stick it. If it's two men, there's no hole. The only hole is the anus, and that exposes them to more blood, and it's more like, more ripping and all this type of stuff. Whereas women have vaginas, which are specially designed to take penis. But anyway, George Michael, my point is, to make a long story short, George Michael's, it's definitely possible that he could have been infected with HIV. And like I said, I know heterosexuals can catch HIV as well. There's heterosexual men can catch HIV from sex with women, and that, though, I'm sure you could find cases of that as well. Like, I'm sure, like in Africa, that happens as well. In many cases, I'm sure it happens in North America as well. You're all over the world, and women can catch HIV as well through heterosexual sex, but homosexuals tend to catch it more. So it's definitely I think it's definitely possible that George Michaels could have HIV because of him engaging in that behavior, just going around having sex with random people in public washrooms and all this type of stuff. So the other thing is, he appears to have had drug problems. So I think there's a report that his boyfriend said he had a heroin addiction. They say he smoked a lot of marijuana, but marijuana, in general, people usually don't die directly from marijuana. I guess they could catch cancer or something from smoking too much marijuana, but in general, you don't see people overdosing on marijuana or getting heart attacks from smoking marijuana. That's what you usually see, is people using cocaine and then they get heart attacks, or they use heroin or fentanyl or some of these synthetic opiates, and they overdose, they stop breathing, like what you see with a lot of these fentanyl addict people using drugs that are fentanyl, or drugs laced with fentanyl right now. You see that a lot. You see it with heroin addicts too, overdosing. But so I suspect that it's most likely could have been hard drugs that killed George Michaels. It could have been AIDS as well. AIDS may have contributed to it, because what happens with AIDS is that you get HIV. People get HIV, the virus, and if it's not treated, or if they can't treat it, then what happens is the HIV will destroy people's immune system. Then once the immune system is destroyed, then they start to get all kinds of other diseases. So this is why people who have AIDS, people don't die from AIDS, quote unquote. They don't die from HIV. But what happens is, once they have AIDS and their immune system is gone, they just get all kinds of different infections. Like George Michaels had pneumonia at one point. I don't know if that's related to AIDS or anything. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But they get all these weird infections, and like they may get all kinds of different ailments that kill them. So I don't know if George Michael's death was related to that. I'm not sure.